Hello, Chris from My Stamp Lady, and here I'm sharing a Valentine treat idea. Now this is an oldie but really goodie, and with one little twist. I have taken the sour cream container, which has been around as long as I can remember, made a window, put a little bit of window sheet in there to hold your treats inside, and there it is. It's good to go. So let me show you how I put this together. I used a piece of paper from the Fresh Prints paper stack, and you can use this just as it comes. The size that just took it out of the stack, use the regular size. So then I pulled in my magnetic platform, placed down my paper, took the heart, this side, the heart size that I wanted to use from the Hearts framelits, and I put it just a little bit off center. And the reason I did that is I don't want my back seam to be right in the center, and you'll see why later. So it's just barely off center. Put that there on my magnetic platform. I top pat on, and we'll run that through the Big Shot. Okay, I've run that through the Big Shot, so now I have my opening. So I'm going to take in my adhesive, and let's just put some good amount of adhesive around that opening, and then I will just put down my window sheet. So now I have my window sheet in there that covers that up. Let's pull in sticky strip, and we need to put a strip along this side right here. Okay. And then I'm going to put a strip right above the center, and it's easier to do this before you've actually put it together. I'm not taking off the backing yet. We'll wait to take off the backing. I'm going to put a strip right here next to this end. You can do this part later if you want, but this way I'll have it in there and I'll know it's already on there for me. Okay, so now I have sticky strip here, up in the middle, and along this side. The first sticky strip I'm going to remove is the long edge. Or I'm sorry, not the long edge. The first sticky strip I'm going to remove is the short edge, right here, the longest piece. And I'm going to line that up with the other side. So I'm making a tube. Just press that down. So now I have a tube. Okay, and I want my heart to be in the front, so let's go in and remove this sticky strip piece. So let's just squish that down and make it flat. Now is the point where you would fill your tube or your container. So I'm going to just put some chocolates in there. I'll just, no, we'll take that one out. It's better. And so this is the flat side. I'm going to go and do it on the other side and squish that down. So your top two pieces should be on opposite. They should be going perpendicular to each other. Okay, so pull out that sticky strip and just shut this. There you go. And there you have your basic sour cream container. So one shuts this way and one shuts this way. Now, why did I want that seam a little bit off? Because I didn't want that seam to come right down in the center. You'll notice on my sample one here, I didn't take that into account, and it'll be fine. I can just glue that down, but it was nicer. It was just easier not to have to deal with that. It came down just off the edge a little bit. So now let's just embellish this very quickly. I am going to take from Teeny Tiny Wishes, Happy Valentine's Day, and we'll punch that out with the word window punch, a background with the modern label punch. Place this together. Now I use the same heart that I used to cut the window, just cut out a piece of Coastal Cabana, and I ran it through the Big Shot with the chevron embossing folder. I just placed the sentiment on top of the Coastal Cabana heart, punched a hole. I have my, and then I need to also punch a hole where I'm going to want my little sentiment piece. I put my baker's twine onto a needle, just a large needle, and let's pull that through, and it makes it much easier to get this baker's twine through these holes. You can use a larger hole if you want. I like just the smaller holes. Okay, let's take that needle off and tie her up. There we go. I've trimmed my tails, tied my little baker's twine with the sentiment on there, and look at that. Very fun, easy Valentine's tree. It would also be easy to make this sour cream container without the window. It just adds a little bit, but just skip the cutting part. Use a rectangle paper. I'll have the dimensions at my website, and cut a heart and embellish as you wish. If you have any questions about my project today, don't hesitate to contact me, Chris, at mystamplady.com. Thanks for watching.